I will do the things that you cannot do in Washington. I will say the things you cannot say.
On Monday, are you going to be addressing the legislature?
Did I say on topic? Are you stupid? On topic. On topic. Next question. Good.
I like Chris Christie a lot. I want him to run. I just want him to lose weight. I'm a physician more than I'm a Democrat or Republican, and I worry about this man dying in office. I worry that he may have a heart attack, he may have a stroke. It's almost like a time bomb waiting to happen unless he addresses those issues before he runs for office.
Listen, this is just another hack who wants 5 minutes on TV. And it's completely irresponsible. Completely irresponsible. My children saw that last night. And she sat there on TV and said, I'm afraid he's going to die in office.
Governor of New Jersey, Mr. Chris Christie. Here he is. Come on in there, Chris. It's great to have you with us today. Thank you so much for doing this.
I know that some believe that I talk about my faith too much, but I will not be silenced. I will not be silenced in order to meet their expectations of political correctness.
The only exception I have for to have an abortion is in that case of the life of the mother. I struggled with it myself for a long time, but I came to realize life is that gift from God.
That if she doesn't have this baby, if she kills her child, that too could ruin her life. And this is not an easy choice. I understand that. As horrible as the way that daughter and son was created, it still is her child. I believe, and I think the right approach is to accept this horribly created, in the sense of rape, but nevertheless gift.
And I think even when life begins in that horrible situation of rape, that it is something that God intended to happen.
Is it legal to rape your spouse? Well, according to one of Donald Trump's lawyers, yes. Michael Cohen made the outrageous remark while defending Trump from a decades-old allegation that he once forced himself upon his then-wife, Ivana. In an interview with the Daily Beast, Cohen said Trump never raped anybody, insisting that you cannot rape your spouse, and there's very clear case law.
They don't seem to accept the idea that you can be both intellectual and Christian. They can't fathom the notion that you can be both smart and conservative.
Okay, so if an abortion could be considered in a case of, say, a tubal pregnancy or something like that, what about in the case of rape? Should it be legal or not?
Well, you know, people always want to try and make that as one of those things. Well, how do you slice this particularly tough sort of ethical question? It seems to me, first of all, from what I understand from doctors, that's really rare. If it's a legitimate rape, the female body has ways to try to shut that whole thing down. But
if a 15-year-old is raped by her father, you believe it should be illegal for her to get an abortion. Why?
I am pro-life, and I'm unapologetic about my position there on pro-life.
If a woman's life is at issue, would you say should she be allowed to have an abortion?
Let me briefly say there's no such exception.
You mean to say it's never medically necessary to do an abortion to save the life of the mother?
Absolutely.
Can't get that. Why can't we get a record of women who have had abortions? They get money from Planned Parenthood. They get money from Medicare, from Medicaid. Much of this is their tax subsidies. I think, you know, mothers might want to know what other women on their street have might be willing to murder a child.
We wonder, with some sense of bewilderment, how is it possible that since 1973 alone, over 55 million unborn children have died in what should have been the safest safest place that that baby ever experienced, the womb of its mother. Explain why we did not cry out against that slaughter of 55 million. If you felt something incredibly powerful at Auschwitz and Birkenau over the 11 million killed worldwide and the 1.5 million killed on those grounds, cannot we feel something extraordinary about 55 million murdered in our own country in the wombs of their mothers?
Interview Huckabee gave Breitbart News. Huckabee saying this, and I'm quoting, "This president's foreign policy is the most feckless in American history. It is so naive that he would trust the Iranians. By doing so, he will take the Israelis and march them to the door of the oven," end quote.
Here, improve the mind. Heil Hitler! Wenn der Führer says, wie ist the master race? We heil, right in the Führer's face, not involved.
Well, tonight, oh boy, this might not go well. When I finish this story, some may believe we're on the road to the Hitler Youth. Here's the latest example, and buckle up, because if you thought last night was bumpy, well, this one's going to be a roller coaster ride.
And again, the Parchin military site is where they've tested detonators for nuclear weapons. Now, this may have been a firm line that Iran would not draw, and the United States negotiating team simply was refusing to draw their own line or to walk away from the deal. So John Kerry acted like Pontius Pilate. He washed his hands, kicked it to the IAEA.
Pontius Pilate is the most famous for the trials of Jesus. Pilate appears in association with the responsibility for the death of Jesus.
This message of liberty is for all Americans, Americans from all walks of life. Whether you wear a suit, a uniform, or overalls, whether you're white or black.
Earl Holt III, the president of the Council of Conservative Citizens, donated to Senator Ted Cruz, former Senator Rick Santorum, and Senator Rand Paul. In fact, he's made $65,000 of donations to Republicans recently.
Would you have voted for the Civil Rights Act of 1964?
I like the Civil Rights Act in the sense that it ended discrimination in all public domains, and I'm all in favor of that.
But?
You had to ask me the but. I don't like the idea of telling private business owners.
You need to be sitting in the colored seating. This is not for you. You cannot be served here.
You need to do as you're told and sit in your place.
Get up, you nigger. You want us to shop in this establishment? Make them go. Come on, Robert, let's go.
I believed him then, and I believe it now. I know in your heart you believe it too. I am asking you to believe again. Believe in what we can do. Believe in what America can do. Thank you. May God bless you. May God bless the United States of America.
We were made to be courageous.